yogis, welcome to Move with Anna. Today we're going to do a nice little restorative flow. So let's go ahead and get started. Roll your mat up and find a quiet spot. Come onto your mat, let the knees come out wide, come into a child's pose. So just let the head rest on the mat, stretch the arms out, relax. Start to tune into the breath here. And just let it be an unlabored breath, but maybe making your inhalations, exhalations just a little bit longer, noticing the breath. Another full round of breath here in child's pose. Good, and then towards the front of your mat, I want you to stretch your arms out all the way to the right side of the mat. And then walk your hands over all the way to the left side of the mat. Get a nice side body stretch. Then come back to center. Bring yourself up to hands and knees, tabletop position. I'd really press the palms down into the mat. Inhale, cow pose. Collarbone spread, tailbone lifts. Exhale, cat, rounding through the spine, tucking chin to chest. Good. Inhaling, exhaling, moving with the breath. Good. And if you like kind of just some organic movement here where you are moving the hips around, feel free to take those. Otherwise, just these cat-cow movements with the breath. 2 more rounds. Beautiful, you guys. And then come down onto the mat. Come down to a kind of sitting on the knees. I like to take this stretch where I'm sitting on my heels, but my toes are tucked here. That's kind of a nice, like sole of the foot stretch here. Sometimes in yin yoga, they'll have you hold that for like 5 to 7 minutes. It gets really intense. So if you've got anything going on in the arch of your foot, you might want to consider holding that one just a little bit longer, see how it feels. From here, bring your right elbow up, grab it with your left hand, and give yourself a nice side stretch here. And then come back to the center, switch it out. Stretch over to the other side, lengthening the side body. Beautiful, you guys. And then bring yourself forward, staying down on the knees, lower yourself down. Good, and then come into an up dog with your knees bent. Just a kind of a sloppy up dog, stretch forward. And then bring yourself all the way back into a downward facing dog. Pedal out. Good. Just kind of loosening up, finding that back line of your body, opening. Press the palms into the mat, seal navel to spine. Inhale, lift the right leg, bend the knee, open the hip. Good, replace that foot down to the mat. Take the opposite side up, inhale, and exhale. Side body. A lot of side body today. Set that foot back down on the mat, and then walk your hands all the way back to your feet, and let the head and neck drop for a ragdoll here. So you can grab for opposite elbows or just let the arms dangle. If you want some shoulder opening, you can take a little chest expansion here. Just let it feel kind of effortless. Let your head and neck go and just release that crown of the head down to the mat. A couple of breaths here. Good, friends. Then plant the hands, toe heel the feet back to touch. Take it nice and slow. Roll all the way to standing on your mat. Good. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, palms come to heart. And take a round of breath here, in and out the nose. Reach the arms to the sky again. I want you to go ahead and capture that right wrist with the left hand. Bring the left foot behind the right. Other foot behind. And take a nice side body stretch. A little curtsy side stretch. Good, come back to center. Capture the left wrist with the right hand. I'm trying to mirror you guys and talk, and I have trouble with sides. So switch opposite foot behind and take your side body stretch here. You got it. Beautiful, come back to center. Inhale, look up, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, come all the way down, stop on your knees, come down onto your belly. Keep your hands planted where they are underneath. Inhale, lift the chest, no weight in the hands, just warming up the back of the spine. And exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, release. One more, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Press yourself back down to a child's pose. Beautiful, you guys. Back to downward facing dog. Good. Gaze forward on your inhale. Exhale, step to the top. Lift halfway to reset. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Arms high. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, inhale, reach high. Exhale, dive down. Lift halfway, reset. And then exhale, plant the hands, step back, take a child's pose. Good, and then bring yourself back up, downward facing dog, big breath in, and big breath out. On the inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. On the inhale, rise up, find your warrior two. Good, not a lot of standing postures in this sequence, but just a few on each side. So we'll stay here in our warrior two for a few breaths. Big breath in, big breath out. Good, on the inhale, kind of come up, bring the arms up, and bring the feet a little closer together, and then sink down towards your right foot into your skandasana. The left toes are gonna be pointing up. So options with skandasana, you can keep the fingertips tented here. You can reach around for a little bind or half bind. Just kind of sinking down. You want this nice like groin, back of leg opening here. Good, another full breath. And then pick yourself up gently. Parallel the feet to the sides of the mat, and then let your head drop for Prasarita. So you can grab for opposite feet here, but you can keep a micro bend in your knees. Just protect your joints here. And let the head and neck really just drop down, relax, no tension. Good, let it go. Pick yourself up, take a breath in, lift halfway, and then fold over again. On the inhale, rise all the way to standing. Exhale, release into your warrior two on the other side, so towards the back of your mat. Good, take time to adjust your feet. You're here for just a few breaths in and out. Big breath in and out. Good, and then come back up. Adjust your feet so you can sink down. Get your skandasana pose on the other side. So you're sinking towards the left, right toes point up. And again, you can tent the fingertips. You can take a half bind. You can do any sort of arm variation you like here. Just using your breath, finding that nice stretch here. Good, once you feel nice and even, picking yourself back up. Good, and then I want you to come down onto your knees. We're gonna take a stretch called prone frog. So from prone frog, I want you to bring your knees out as wide as you can onto the mat. See that the shins are parallel. You're on the knife edges of your feet are flexed. And then option to come down here onto your forearms. If that's too intense, you can keep it upright. And just sink down. If your hips are really open, you might be able to get really low and kind of stretch out into this posture. Breathing here, letting the knees come a little wider if you want. Good, staying here for several more breaths. Just sink in, let it go. Good, one more full round of breath. This nice, powerful groin opener. And then a gentle exit. So however it's kind of comfortable for you, make your way back to your downward facing dog and pedal out. Good, friends. And then from your down dog, go ahead and hinge forward, come all the way down onto your belly. Extend the right arm out and roll over onto that shoulder. Plant the left foot down. And then this top hand content here, it can come around for a half bind. Or if your shoulders are very open, you might be connecting the hands behind you. Good, roll it back forward onto the belly. And get your other side. So extend the left arm out. And roll over, get that shoulder opening stretch. And take that same variation you enjoyed on the first side. Good, nice full breath in. And out. Roll back forward. Press up and make your way to your downward facing, or your child's pose, excuse me. Good, take a full round of breath here. Good, and then start to pick yourself up. And from here, come into your downward facing dog. Lift the right leg to the sky and then bring it forward for a half pigeon. So if you do have anything going on in your knee, go ahead and lay on your back and I'm actually gonna demo that really quick and then we'll come back into half pigeon. So if you have a knee thing, take this variation where you're on your back. Really important not to tweak our knees in that half pigeon pose, especially in restorative yoga. So this is supposed to be really healing, relaxing. Again, you can stay upright here and you can melt yourself down onto the mat. You can rest a cheek or your forehead down onto the earth and just let yourself sink here. Feel that hip opening, sending your breath to any tight spots you may feel. Good, just let your breath guide you here. Good, one more full round of breath on this side. And then gently starting to pick yourself up. Make your way back to your downward facing dog, pedal it out. Lift the right leg, bend the knee, open the hip, maybe flip it around. Good for a front body stretch, little wild thing, or flip dog, whatever variation you like. Come back around. Good, lift the left leg, inhale, exhale, bring it forward. If you're on your back, of course, switching sides out. Good, take a big breath. And if you're melting forward, go ahead and come down onto the mat. Good, letting your forehead rest. And just let it go. Melting in, seeing if maybe your right and left side feel a little bit different. Pretty normal to have kind of different experiences from side to side. Get a couple more breaths to even out from your right side. And once you feel nice and even, gently starting to pick yourself up, making your way back to your downward facing dog. Take a few pedals, lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hips, stretch it out. If you flipped over on the first side, flip over on this side. Good, my friends. And then take it back over, downward facing dog, pedal out, and come down onto the mat here. So from here, we'll take a wide-legged forward fold seated. So you want to stretch your legs out parallel to the sides of the mat, kind of as wide as you like. Again, you're always welcome to take that little micro bend into the knees, flex your toes. You can reach for your toes. You can bring the forearms forward. You just sink down, breathe here. If you're really open, maybe you kind of rest the upper body onto the floor. Good, sink down with the breath. The exhales help you go deeper. And then gently pick yourself up. Inhale, reach your arms high up, and exhale, sink down towards your right foot. Good, so if you're not reaching your foot, that's fine. You don't have to reach the foot, just melting down in that direction. You can let your arms rest by the sides. Another full breath. Coming back up, big breath in, and exhale, sink down towards the other side. Again, if you're not reaching the foot, that's fine. Just relax the head, relax those arms down. We don't want it to feel like a ton of strain. You just want to get that kind of deep stretch, the back side of the legs here. And gently coming up when you're feeling nice and even. You're going to bring both legs around. So send both legs together right in front of you. You can remove that fleshy bit from your sits bones. Flex the toes back towards the face. Inhale, sweep arms high. Exhale, send your heart forward towards your toes and sink. Breath to lengthen through the spine. Breath out to go a little deeper. Inhaling and exhaling. And then sink. Stay for a few breaths and just let yourself melt down. Good, gently picking yourself back up. And then go ahead and come down onto your mat. Good, onto your back. And take a happy baby pose. So bring the feet up, soles of the feet up towards the sky and gently pull in. Pull your knees down. Good, and then release the feet. Pull the right knee in towards the chest. Give it a big squeeze. And then drift into your supine twist here. So let the knee fall over to the left side, gaze to the right. Come back to the center line, relax the right leg down, pull the left knee in, and then drop the left leg over to the right. Supine twist. Good, again, back to the center, pull the knees in towards the chest. Big breath in, and then let the legs fall out nice and wide. Let the palms face up, close your eyes. Just let yourself drift down. A couple minutes of Savasana here if you have the time. Good, as soon as you're ready, start to pull the knees in, roll yourself over to a fetal position. Gently press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Bringing palms to heart center. Big breath in. So much gratitude for this practice. Thank you for joining me for this nice, short, restorative flow. We moved just a little bit. We got some nice stretching in, and hopefully you feel a little bit better than you did before you started. Thank you. Namaste.